gang, Jeff from G's Gear here with yet another funky old guitar. This one's really cool. This is a National EG-685. This is made in the early 1970s in Japan. It's one of the last gasps of the Valco company. Valco was a big manufacturer of guitars out of Chicago, and they were at one point the distributor for National Steel and National Reso Glass guitars. And they also made, of course, standard electric guitars and acoustics. And in order to keep affordable, keep their price point manageable, in time, like a lot of other companies did, they moved much of their production to Japan. And this was one of the guitars was made out of Japan just before Valco went under. So it carries the National name brand. It's kind of affiliated with or related to the National Steels, but really only in name. So who made this thing? We don't know. It's got signs that look like Matsumoku. It's got some signs that look like Taisco. It's entirely possible that it was made in part by both companies, that they parted out different aspects, the body, the neck, whatever, and then assembled them at another factory. That kind of thing was common in Japan in the late 60s and 70s. So maybe it's more like a Matsumoku than anything, with the rosewood body. It's a laminate rosewood, but it's top, back, sides. Has a maple neck. The neck is, I can't see well enough to count it, but I'm going to guess it's about 15 ply. It's thin strips of laminate that are all, on edge, so that you're really getting the most advantage of the strength of the neck, and it's dead straight. This thing is really sweet that way. It's a little like a harmony neck in that it doesn't, I don't get the sense that it tapers. But it's got the Japanese single coil pickups on it. Don't be fooled. They're single coil. The original whammy bar, which actually has a lot of impact with very little movement, which is kind of nice. And as you'll see down here, it's got slider switches. So we'll put this up in the neck position. And there's our volume. And our tone. Put it down in the bridge position. And the tone. I kind of like the tone backed off a little bit on this. It gets kind of thin and reedy up top. It's very, very bright. I'm running it, by the way, through an 1960-61 Ampeg Reverberocket amplifier. I don't have anything else really dialed into it. I have the tone control dialed fairly far down. These pickups are quite bright. I'm not running it through any kind of stomp boxes or anything like that. But that's it. Now, this guitar's had some work done to it. One of the things that commonly happens to a lot of hollow body guitars, particularly ones that are made more along the lines of an ES-330, completely hollow, than a 335 with that center block, is that over time the tension of the strings can cause the top to buckle. And that happened to this guitar. So I've had this one for a while. It was sitting in the case. I got it back out, and the action was looking a little too high, and it wasn't the neck, so it had to be the body. So what I did is I took the pickups off, and I've put blocks into the body underneath the bridge, in between the two pickups, and in front of the neck pickup. And they're all there just to support the top and hold it where it needs to be. As soon as I did that, everything rectified itself, and it plays very smoothly. It's got an action of a 3/32 of an inch on both sides. There's room with the thumb wheels for it to come down further. You can do that however it suits your playing style. you can make that happen. Other than that, everything other than the switch is original. I had to put a new switch in it. I don't quite remember why, but I had to put a new switch in it. Dead spot in the old one. And everything else is original. Jack, the wiring harness, the pickups, tremolo. They've got kind of a mismatched chrome pickups and gold tremolo, gold tuners. I don't know why. It's late 1960s, early 70s Japan, and this is what you got. But it's funky. It's just a cool, funky guitar. The F-hole is, to me, is like really Asian. That's a really Japanese kind of a motif. So it stands out really well. Comes with an SKB case with TSA latches and keys. That's clearly not original, but it fits it beautifully. So it'll be really nestled in there for you. Not much else to say about it. It's just a really great, funky, bolt neck, Japanese guitar from the early 70s. You could make the argument that it's got kind of the open book headstock, the sort of lawsuit thing. It really wasn't part of that. The lawsuit was with Ibanez. And so this just, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, if you're looking for something really cool, something really funky, something with a great body design that you could even fool with. You could change out the pickups on the thing, replace the sliders if you want to do that. All you'd really have to do is make a new pick guard, and you could convert the thing to knobs if you prefer knobs. Or you keep it just as it is and use it because it's got that different sound. You know, so it's not like an ES-335 at all. It's a really bright, wiry, single coil kind of tone. All right, we'll play something going out. It's at G's Gear at reverb.com. Might not be there for long. Have a look. See if this is the next guitar for you. See you soon. What do I want to play here? What do I want to play?